Hi, it's Walter Burns from Keller Williams City Life Realty and livingonthehudson.com for this week's Living on the Hudson weekly recap. Coming off the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, sales were down week over week. I'll go through that in a few minutes. Also, link down below is the market snapshot discussing inventory levels for the various communities, as well as under contract absorption rates in the past 30 days and year-to-date closed and sold properties. So that will be linked down below here on YouTube. I didn't come across any articles in the past week. It's been a slow week with news with the holidays happening, but should hear something in the next few weeks of to bring to you regarding the Hudson County real estate market. Looking through the list of properties, in the past week, there have been 66 properties that have gone under contract, meaning they have offers that are accepted on them. This is down. Last week, it was 93. So last week being a very quiet week in real estate world and business world because of the Thanksgiving holiday. So not, doesn't raise a big question for me. It's rather in line with expectations that the market would pull back last week, and it did. So 66 properties under contract in the past week. They had an average list price of $825,000 and a median list price of $689,000. Last week, the average was $822,000, so about the same, and the median was $699,000, so slightly lower than the previous week. Average days on market for these properties, 39 days on the market average. 32 days was the median. Last week, it was 41 for the average and 28 for the median. So about a month to a month and a half. So between 30 and 40 days on average. Some areas are selling much faster, and I'll go through that in a few minutes when I go over some sold units. But looking through the list of some sold properties that closed in the past week, up in Guttenberg, you have the Galaxy Towers, 7000 Boulevard East, Unit 35G. This is a 2-bed, 2.5-bath, 1,550 square foot unit. List price was $385,000. It sold for $375,000. Cash purchase, 129 days on the market. Galaxy Towers, 3 separate towers. You have building 7000, 7002, and 7004 Boulevard East, built between 1976 and 1980. Over 1,000 units in the community. All 3 towers are connected. 24-hour concierge, outdoor pool, indoor pool, large level of amenities, large fitness center, on-site rental parking available. But it was built in the late 70s to early 80s. A lot of the units in the building are starting to renovate. So I'm seeing units like this that have done some renovations. You still have units there that are in original condition from the 70s and early 80s. So that the prices do vary from unit to unit based upon renovations. Majority of the units in the building do have some sort of view of New York City. The way the building was built, the buildings were built, they're very angular. So many of these units, some have some view, whether it's the northeast side, the directly east side towards New York, or the southeast side towards Manhattan, lower Manhattan. Also, obviously, there's units that face west. So you do have western-facing units, and I believe this was a western-facing unit. Actually, has a little bit of the Hudson River. So this is a northwest-facing unit looking up towards Fort Lee and the George Washington Bridge. The nice thing about the Galaxy is the units are large there. There are units that range in the 2 bedrooms from like 1,200 square feet up to about 1,800 square feet. So whereas new construction tends to put that at around between 1,100 to 1,300 on average for a 2 bedroom, because these were built 30 plus years ago. Developers used to build larger floor plans back then, so the units do tend to be larger. So this is sold to the Galaxy Towers for $375,000. And all the buildings I'm discussing right now will be linked down below on YouTube from my website, livingonthehudson.com, where you can check out other properties that may have sold in the community. Up in Hoboken, 1100 Maxwell Lane, you're at 406. It's a 1-bedroom, 1.5-bath, 924 square foot unit. Also a cash purchase on the market a week. This listed for $1,050,000 and it's sold for $1,050,000. So it's sold for full price. I don't have interior photos. However, this is phase 3 of Maxwell Place. So at Maxwell Place, you have 4 phases. You have off screen to the right, you have 1025 and 1000 over here. And then you have 1125 here on the waterfront and 1100. 1100 was built around 2012 by the whole community was built by Toll Brothers. This used to be the site of the Maxwell House Coffee Factory. They knocked the factory down and built 4 condominium buildings. The building 1100 Maxwell does have a concierge, which is over here. And the building is basically made up of a 12-story tower, and then it drops down to 6 stories on Hudson Street. And then there's actually up here on the common rooftop, there's some private cabanas up here, the private roof decks that people purchase. There's also a large common roof deck up here, and there's also another one over here that's common to the building. The building does have a pool as well, on-site fitness center. You have access to the residence lounge and the fitness center, and also the other pool at 1125 Maxwell, and shuttle to and from Hoboken Path, peak morning, peak evening rush hour, Monday to Friday. So this one bedroom is sold for $1,050,000 at Maxwell Place. Moving to downtown Jersey City, 99 Hudson Street, unit 3911. It's a one bedroom, one bath, 839 square foot unit on the 39th floor. List price was $1,055,000, and it sold for full price $1,055,000. 31 days in the market. This was a sale from the developer. The developer still has inventory, unsold inventory that they're selling off in the building. There's over 770 units, I believe, in the building. About 70 plus stories tall. Largest residential building right now in Jersey City, although there is a proposal to build something larger off of Washington Street. But here you have it looks like this is a south. Yeah, this is a south facing one bedroom. So this looks towards 77 Hudson Street, which you can see kind of the green glass here, and then Goldman Sachs Tower. So this is going to be a large amount of view. You're going to see views of Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, New York Harbor. 99 Hudson has a 24-hour concierge. They also have a large level of amenities, indoor, a large residence lounge inside. You have a library, you have a residence lounge, you have a large fitness center, children's play area, virtual golf. So it's an amenity-driven building not far from Exchange Place Path, and that has sold for $1,055,000 at 99 Hudson Street. Moving a little further north, this is a direct waterfront condominium building in downtown Jersey City. It's Crystal Point, 2 2nd Street. This is on the 7th floor, unit 703. This is a 2-bed, 2.5 bath, 1,373 square foot unit. List price was $1,900,000, and it sold for full price $1,900,000. 28 days in the market. Also came with parking for 1 car. Crystal Point built directly right in front of the Hudson River. Number 2 2nd Street, all the way at the end of 2nd Street. Built around 2009 by Fisher Development. They've developed a lot of buildings in downtown Jersey City, including Liberty Towers and Liberty Terrace over on Hudson Street. But they also built this building, Crystal Point. And it's around 260 condominiums or so in the building, made up of 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom layouts. This 2 bedroom is direct east. So this is looking directly towards New York. And this is the 03 line, which is basically living room, kitchen in the middle. You have a bedroom on the primary bedroom is, I believe, on the left side, and then second guest bedroom is on the right side. So all 2 bedrooms and the living room face east towards New York. And this is sold over at Crystal Point for $1,900,000 on the market, 28 days. And also Crystal Point, 24-hour concierge building. They have a valet parking, garage parkings for valet for 1 car, outdoor pool, fitness center, large residence lounge, large fitness center, indoor grotto area, hot tub with steam room and showers. So very nice level of amenities. And that's sold over at Crystal Point for $1.9 million. Moving further north into North Bergen, 7400 River Road, Unit 120. This is views at Hudson Point over in North Bergen, just over the border as you drive. This building is basically between Guttenberg and North Bergen right next to the hospital on River Road, Palisade Medical Center. So here you have 7400 River Road, unit 120, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,075 square feet. List price was $535,000. It sold for $530,000, 40 days on the market. Also came with parking for 2 cars. This building is built around 2006 by K. Hovnanian. It's a 24-hour concierge doorman building. They have an indoor, large on-site fitness center as well as an outdoor pool. And in the first floor, right off the lobby, is the residence lounge area. And this 2-bedroom is sold over at Hudson Point for $530,000. Also in North Bergen, Salaya on River Churchill Road. I discussed this building in the past. This is one of the newer buildings that's been built in the past 5 years in Hudson County, especially along the River Road area from a condominium perspective. Here, 8701 Churchill Road, unit 1203. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,398 square foot unit. On the 12th floor, list price $1,095,000. It sold under asking for $1,030,000 on the market 228 days. And I believe this is a unit from the developer. So the building is built right off River Road. There's a road called Churchill Road, which runs along the cliff, backs up against the Palisade. And the unit does have views of New York City. Building has a virtual doorman. They have a large fitness center, indoor hot tub grotto spa area. The amenities here are like spa-like. They're multi-level, very nice level of amenities in the building. There's also a common space in the back of the building. There's a residence lounge as well in the building. And this is sold over at Salaya for $1,030,000. Link down below on YouTube will be the market snapshot, as well as all the buildings that I had discussed. These videos come out every Monday discussing the Hudson County real estate market. If you have any questions about the Hudson County real estate market, you can reach out to me anytime at walter@livingonthehudson.com or at 347-448-3766. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.